Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
Peace, family. My name is Vicki Dillard. Thank you so much for tuning in to African Diaspora News Channel. We're so pleased that you're with us today. Family, I am trying to remain calm as I have this brief discussion with you today. There was a man who was on a job interview recently, and he made a very dumb and stupid decision to leave his children in a McDonald's while he was on a job interview. I want to give you my opinion about that on the other side of this. Watch this.
Houston for the report, please.
A job interview ends badly for a man in Georgia. Chris Lewis was arrested March 22nd. Police say he left his kids in a McDonald's by themselves while he went to an interview for a job. He reportedly told police he did not have a car and lived nearby. Lewis said instead of making his 3 kids, who are 1, 6, and 10 years old, walk home alone, he decided to make them stay in the restaurant. What we know is he was there the kids were there from 4:30. He returned at 6:18. And then the mother was on the way as well, but we don't know if she was called by police or him after the fact, or if she was on the way anyway.
He was 24 and he has a 10-year-old, so he had that child at 14.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Damn.
Do you know how young 10, 6, and 1 are? Okay, I have a 9-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 3-year-old. I don't like leaving them alone in the family room while I'm upstairs. Nonetheless, dropping them off at a McDonald's restaurant while I attend a job interview. Now, I know some of y'all are out here, out there thinking, well, at least he was going to do something productive, like going on a job interview. Well, if that's what you think, you are missing the entire point, okay? The issue here is the fact that Chris left his 10, 6, and 1-year-old unattended at a McDonald's. Okay, a witness reported seeing him with his children around 4:30 p.m. The witness also observed him leave the restaurant, return later before leaving again. And then when he came back at the restaurant around 6:18 p.m., that's when he was detained by officers. That's almost 2 hours that he left his kids unattended at a McDonald's. Anything could have happened in that 2 hours. Kidnapping. Let's start there. Okay, medical emergency. What if one of the kids hurt themselves and needed immediate attention? People in McDonald's not paying attention. That's not a damn daycare. They in there making fish fillets and making sure the quarter pounders are pounding. Why would they be paying attention to your kids? Now, the news report said the child's mother arrived shortly after and took the children from the restaurant. Why couldn't they have been with the mother to begin with? Don't nobody got no grandparents, no aunts? Where your parents at, Chris? I'm not judging. I'm just asking questions. I'm trying to understand your thought process here, okay?
He deserves donkey, but he doesn't deserve to be arrested.
Come on,
what are you talking about?
I'm going to tell you why, right? Because you said a lot of stuff that we don't necessarily know about. Maybe he had a babysitter in play. And last minute, the babysitter canceled, and he's trying to do right. He's trying to get a job, and maybe he thought, you know what? Not to say that this was a smart decision, but let me try. It's not like he was going to the club. It's not like he was at the mall shopping. It's not like he was at a chick house or he was smoking some weed or selling some dope. He was trying to better his life. Now, the decision he made was stupid, but now he gets this. He's arrested for this. Now, is this on his record? Now he can't get a good job because that's on his record. It is effed up.
Child negligence will definitely be
right.
on him.
Yes, it is effed up and it is foul. It's not a way of thinking.
He broke the law.
But as a community, what I mean, we should have certain graces when it comes to certain things. Like I said, if he was at a club, yes, lock him up. If he was at the mall shopping, if he was smoking weed, selling crack, if he was at a chick house,
let me ask you a
agree.
question.
But he was trying to better his life.
If something would have, go ahead, Joe.
No, I'm just saying, why not take them to the actual interview then?
He said he didn't want them to walk.
I'm sorry?
He didn't have a car.
So
he would have to walk with the kids.
So let me ask you a question. If something would have happened to the kids, would you still feel that way? If the kids would have got kidnapped, if one of the kids would have suffocated in the playpen, would you still feel that way?
It would have been a sad situation, but
would you still say he shouldn't have been arrested?
I don't know. I don't think he would have been arrested because he's not doing it on purpose. He's really trying to better his life in the circumstances where life hit him.
Hey, man.
You know what I mean?
Okay, family, did you see that? Now, here's the thing. When you look at Charlemagne's commentary, we would agree that that's absolutely dumb. It's stupid. But I agree with what most of the viewers said. Charlemagne was dragged because everybody agreed that the man was out of line. We agreed that it was stupid, it was dangerous, and he should have made another decision. But how many of you all know that when you make certain dumb decisions, that shouldn't always end in arrest? Did you see the part there where if you're arresting a parent for making a dumb decision, like Envy said, the man wasn't smoking a weed, he wasn't at a club or something like that. And Charlemagne and his panelists doing all this speculating about why you didn't do this, why you didn't do that. Then they said that the mama was coming later and all that. How many of us know what if the mama, where was the mama from the beginning versus sitting there saying, as if we know all of the facts surrounding maybe there was something that happened in between time to where, who knows, they could have got into an argument. Maybe it was his time to keep the kids or whatever. Maybe they called him at the last minute for the job interview. He had to make a split decision so he can get there in a matter of a few moments. Maybe he did have a babysitter as it was mentioned. And at the last minute, the babysitter pulled out or whatever, or someone else that was supposed to be watching the children. This man deserves to be corrected. There needs to be some changes going, but I'm trying to see how is this making the baby safer and happier when daddy in jail? And the thing about it that's so rich about this, we all sitting here agreeing that was stupid and that the man needs help, not freaking donkey of the day. Why? Because you just made this man famous. And what if somebody sees your little stupid show, is, which hopefully they didn't. Hopefully nobody in decision-making power, the person that has the ability to get this man a job, hopefully they're not watching your silly self. But what if this gets out and the man is sitting up there trying to get another job? You should be helping him. You love to talk about therapy, Charlemagne. And if you ask me, he talks about therapy to cover up your wickedness. Charlemagne is not behind bars. Charlemagne pled to a lesser charge of assault on a woman. You put two and two together. And he's recorded bragging about what he did to this woman. Allegedly. You got a record, Ninja. What you look like sitting up here saying that? All of us agree this man has made a dumb decision. If I was just like if I was the man's the children's mom or whatnot, I'd probably be going off on him and all kind of other stuff. But would I be sitting up there advocating jail? No. You love therapy. Why aren't you talking about getting the man some assistance? Instead of using your platform to put a target on his back, make sure the man has accountability and assistance so this kind of stuff doesn't happen again and he has the job that he needs. And since you love to talk about therapy, put him in a therapy thing for parents. How is this? I'm trying to see how is this helping the children by him being locked up? We all agree this was stupid. We all agree he needs to be held accountable. He needs to be disciplined. I'm just saying that how is the jailing appropriate discipline? And what effect does that have on the children? And why are we listening to Charlemagne, the guy who's supposed to be behind bars himself, according to some people? That's why they give Charlemagne a nickname called lesser charge, because allegedly he took a lesser charge because of something he did to this lady. Allegedly. And how can you forgive the Democrats? How can you forgive the political system and actually vote to put them in the highest place, the highest office? You sitting up here, I guess you believe in prison because you believe in Kamala Harris. She believes in locking up disproportionate black parents. And you still supported her notwithstanding her terrible, horrible record. You still believed in defending and voting for Joe Biden notwithstanding the devastation he's literally done to black families. And you want to sit up here and talk about this man? And you maintain that position. You talk out two sides of your mouth, but at the end of the day, you go to the polls and you intimate and try to influence us to do the same with your funny looking self. Don't come for me. I agree the man made a mistake. I agree that the man needs to be punished. I'm just trying to see if you're worried about the kids, how are the kids going to be helped when daddy is behind bars? We should use this man, if anything, as an example to say, hey, if you're going to give the man some attention, give him some attention after you help him get a job, after you give him parental therapy. How about that? And then let him speak for himself about the mistake that he made and that how he want to help other men, other fathers, other parents not to make the same mistake. me calm myself down. Somebody put some fire extinguishers in the chat. My name is Vicki Dillard. It's just he's so rich. And Charlamagne got a whole bunch of other suspect allegations that's out there on him. And he's sitting there talking about he broke the law. Boy, if you don't sit your. My name is Vicki Dillard, beloved. I can't wait.